Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Woo, my goodness. Um, all right, guys. So, this is going to be a rant. This is going to be the first of many rants. Just with me kind of talking things out to you. I have been living in Africa for about 1 year now. And because I've been living here in Africa for 1 year, I feel like I am able to give you guys an honest and open opinion of mine about what it's like, you know, about the false expectations that some people may have about moving to Africa and this false narrative that is being painted to poor black people in the diaspora about moving back to Africa. Okay? There is this narrative that, come to Ghana. This is the year of return. Our brothers and sisters are all waiting for you. Come to Africa. Come. Come. Everything is nice. Everything is perfect. And guys, it is far from perfection. You see, some people may think that they're running away from one situation in America, but they're really coming to a whole nother situation in Africa. And this is just me being real, guys. This is me being real. So, what issues do I have? First of all, I want to say yes. Every black person that lives in the diaspora, every African American person, whether you're from America or whether you're from the Caribbean, every black person needs to come and experience what it's like to step foot on the motherland. It's a powerful experience, and it really does change you. But that experience is like short term, you know. Uh, you come here and it is very short term because after 1 week of of being here, after 1 month, reality starts to set in. It's different when you go somewhere and you're a tourist versus when you go somewhere and you're going to live there forever. I love Africa. That's why I'm here. If I wasn't here, if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here. I just simply want to give an open and honest picture of what the reality of, moving to Africa is like and what you should expect. So, what are some of those things? Okay, first of all, let's touch on the beyond the year of return. Is it a scam? Is beyond the year of return a scam? Was the year of return a scam? Because I saw some numbers on the internet, and some of those numbers said, Ghana made upwards of $1.9 billion, and yes, congratulations, congratulations to Ghana. And now they're going to extend it for another year, and so for 2020, it's going to be called Beyond the Year of Return. Is it a scam? Why are we calling it a scam? Why are we calling it a scam? I wonder, and who came up with this to scam black people all over the world? Why would we think that it is a scam? That's my thing. You know, I don't think it's a scam. I don't think it's a scam at all. I mean, this is not the first time that Ghana has tried to bring back its people. Those of you who are well studied, right, know about Kwame Nkrumah, right? You know about, the returns, right, throughout the years, dating back, about 100 years. You know about all those different things. You've heard of Liberia, how slaves, when they were emancipated, returned to Liberia. And I'm not Queen history, okay, so I don't understand everything about it, but I do know this is not the first time that this call has been out here for people. So that idea of returning to Africa, that in and of itself is not a scam. Let's be real. But obviously, anytime you have a situation where there's going to be a boost in tourism, there's going to be a bunch of people coming to a country, maybe a country where people are not as economically stable, obviously you're going to have a select group that are going to want to capitalize on that. You're going to have people that are going to want to make a profit on that. So should we completely toss the year of return beyond the year of return because of, of the profit that Ghana's going to make? Why? Why should you? If you take your DNA test and your DNA says that you are of Ghanaian descent, you need to go and seek out, your descendants. You need to go and seek out that knowledge of where your people came from. It's the same thing if I take my DNA test and it says that I've got Congolese blood. I'm like, wow, my people came from Congo? Like, I need to go and visit. If they say South America, then I'm like, okay, I need to go because this is a part of me. This is a part of who I am. So I think people are there's a select group that just wants to completely toss the year of return. And it's like, you spend how much in South America? You spend how much in Jamaica? You spend how much all over the world? And you are upset because Ghana made a profit on tourism because of the year of return? Get out of here. So, what are some of the things you need to know if you are going to move to Africa? You're going to have a culture shock. It's not going to be a small culture shock. It's going to be a large culture shock. Okay? You are going to go through withdrawal, okay, from wherever you came from. It is a complete culture shock. It's just starting from the basics where you're now, it's even worse when you move here by yourself without your family. Because it's like you're now in a country where people talk differently. They may speak English, but there's a communication issue there. There's still a language barrier because they're talking English and then half the time you're like, what did they say? Or well, you're talking and half the time they're like, well, what did you say? I think it's kind of funny. So there may be a language barrier there, just depending on which country you decide to go to in Africa, right? There's a cultural barrier there because you grow up maybe in America or wherever you're coming from, and you grow up a certain way, you value certain things, you appreciate certain things. Then you come to this country and they appreciate completely different things. What you value, they don't value. What you love, they may not love. And so that creates this internal conflict inside of you. And you will go through withdrawing and missing your home, missing where you were born, or missing where you spent the majority of your life. That's just the reality of it, and you won't understand. I was watching certain people and I was watching them track their journeys, throughout Africa, and one particular person was tracking her journey through Nigeria, and she's walking around and there's like open sewers everywhere, when the traffic is crazy and the people are rude, and it's just like, and it will take time to get over those humps, because you will realize you're like, man, where am I? Like, why are there sewers everywhere? And not every country in Africa has sewers, okay? I am here in South Africa, and I have yet to see open sewers around. I am pretty sure maybe there's some parts of South Africa, more rural or whatever, where they have open sewers, but not where I am. I have not seen any. It is very well developed. It is beautiful. It is just a lovely place to live when it comes to infrastructure. I have no issues with that, okay? But I have been to other countries in Africa as well, where there are sewers everywhere, open sewers, where there's trash everywhere. And these little things will really just kind of get to you, And then there's the issue of, you know, crime. Crime. You know, people don't understand how the crime works. It's different. Everyone will tell you, "Oh, there's crime everywhere." There is crime everywhere all over the world. Everywhere you go, you know, there are cities where you should not travel. There are times where you should not travel. Ideally, when you're looking at that and you know, you're it sounds good in retrospect, right? It sounds really good when you're putting it in that way. But the truth is, no, there is, you know, some places have higher rates of crime than others. Okay, some places you have to take major precaution. I, as a foreigner in this country, I choose not to speak too much in public. So if I decide to take a walk, I limit my conversations to legai or sawbona, which means hello, and I keep moving. I limit it, okay? When I'm out on the street. Obviously, if I'm in the mall or somewhere and I feel safe, I'll be more open to speak English. But I limit that. Guys, I'm being interrupted right now. Close the door. Close the door. Like, go, go, go. I'm being interrupted. So I limit how much I speak in public because I don't want, you know, certain people in this community to know my face. They know that that person is from here, you know, because it happens all the time where you get targeted because you are a foreigner. But I don't sit in my little cocoon and not go out, you know, and not choose not to socialize with other people. No, I still go out, but I know how to work the system, okay? I know how to stay safe. You know, when the sun goes down, I'm in my house, okay? Where we chose to live, we live in a gated community, and we chose to live in a house that is located, you know, in a place where everyone can see what is happening. So it's not easy to enter, to rob. It's not easy for people to just come in and start some type of home invasion situation, right? So, you know, in every place you go to, you're going to have to go there and assess the situation. And one of the things you're going to have to realize is that, like in America, it's, you know, hey, you know, you call 911 and the cops are there almost instantaneously, right? 2 minutes, 1 minute, the popo's there. But here, you have to be careful because if you're in a dangerous situation, it may take a while. It may take a while for you to get help, okay? You will eventually get that help, but it will definitely take a while. So these are things to consider. So when you're considering, okay, where should I move, you know, you have to start thinking about location, the people, you know, all of these little things, right? And then there's another situation. Are you going to work? Right? Because it doesn't matter where you are, right? Money runs out. Even if you said, okay, I've got $100,000, that money goes so fast. There is this preconceived notion that Africa is so cheap, that everything is cheap and inexpensive, and it's just easy to live and survive. Talk to people that have been here. They will tell you, if you don't have some type of income, right? Constant income that is, you know, paying you monthly, right? From somewhere, you know, and you're here, that money goes so fast. 100,000 US dollars is like chicken change in South Africa. It's like chicken change in so many countries. Let me tell you. If you want to build a house, it's going to cost you upwards of 50,000 and up, okay? That's building. Not to mention all the bribing and all the fees. I mean, everything just, things add up so fast. So you have to make sure, do you have a stable income? What do you do? Don't expect that you're coming from wherever you are and you've got a PhD, that all you're going to do, you're going to come here within a month and you're going to get that job and everything is going to be okay. Oh, no, no, no. Because just getting, a lot of times, a work permit in these countries, if you're a foreigner, can be difficult. And then trying to navigate the system and actually get a job, working can be tough. Okay? You have to deal with microaggression. You have to deal with human beings. Okay, fine. So, yeah, you come, you return, you take all your money, you come to Africa. You've got your PhD, you're educated, you've saved up your money in the bank, boom, you're here, right? Now you start looking for jobs. Well, you've got people, even though the president has said, come, we want you, we love you, and all the people you met, come, come, come. Now you start going to job interviews, and you got women, you've got men, and their attitude is, oh, she thinks just because she's a foreigner that she can just come to our country and get a job. Doesn't work that way. That's how they think. Okay? There is an us and them attitude, right? So you will find that you're hitting all kinds of of delays in getting things like work permits. There'll be all kinds of things happening, and you won't even understand why you're not getting the jobs, why you're not getting the callbacks for the interviews. But there's someone there that's just blocking, simply because you are a foreigner. Right? That's how it is. When you're a foreigner, everyone wants a piece of the pie. Everyone thinks you're like made from money. Like wherever you came from, money grows on trees, right? And it's like, no, money doesn't grow on trees. Like, even if I'm educated and I was educated in America, I had what I had because I worked hard for it. I worked hard for it. So if I'm here now, I need to work hard for whatever I have. But for some reason, when you come here and you're a foreigner, everyone thinks you've just got money just sitting in the bank and everyone wants a piece of the pie. And it's just sheer ignorance. So you will go through situations where people will just think you're just made of money. They will try to take advantage of you, And guys, all these things can be heartbreaking, right? Because you've been here a year of return, come back to Africa. Africa is such a great country. And then you're here and you're like, wow. Like, I didn't expect it to be like this. I did not expect it to be like this. This is like crazy, right? So, what do I have to say? This rant has been too long. This rant has been too long. I'm gonna end it here. So what I have to say is, if you are thinking about coming, consider it. But don't make a rash decision. Don't quit your day job and think that, Africa is somehow this wonderland. You're going to pack all your bags and you're going to fly off into the sunset, land on this continent, and you're educated, you have all this money, and you're just going to go in there and everything is going to be amazing. Which is what they're selling you. It's not going to be amazing. It's going to be a hard transition. It's going to be a difficult transition. You're going to have to get used to, how things are here. You're going to have to forget about how things were where you were, because now you're going to be here. You're going to have to live in the now. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have so many challenges. Even with meeting new people, making friends, just getting yourself an African family, you're going to have challenges with people, because it will take time for people to kind of accept you and just kind of bring you into their circle. So take your time, do your research, come tour, make your contacts, work on getting work permits first. Save your money, yes, but get a visa, get permanent residency status. Out.
Mommy,
Out.
can you get me
What?
a new Peppa toy?
A new Peppa
How about
toy?
a pig toy?
Okay, I'll get you a Peppa Pig toy. Out
A
and
new
close the door.
one,
I'm trying to record. You gotta be kidding me. So, I forgot where I was, guys. Oh yeah, so work on your visa and come and visit. Once you decide where you want to go, learn about getting permanent residency there. Take time out, go job hunting. Scout out the areas where you think you would like to live. Focus on, getting yourself a job if you can and working here. And if you are interested in investing and starting a business here, my advice to you would be live here first. Come here, live here, get a job, work in this society, establish yourself first. And then, as you gain those contacts, jump into business and investing. Because there's a lot of people, guys, who get taken advantage of, who lose money here, right? So that is what I would advise for you guys to do. But take advantage of the experience. As far as beyond the year of return, Africa is huge. How many countries do we have? Over 50 countries. Over 50, I think it's like 56 countries. So Africa is huge. So it's not just about Ghana. Come to South Africa. Go to Zambia. There's Namibia. These are really great countries. Rwanda right now has one of the fastest growing economies in the world. So, that's a great, and it's safe. The safety there is, beyond what I'm experiencing here. So, there's so many countries that you can just try to throw yourself in. Think of great ideas and how you'll sustain yourself here, and take a risk, but take an educated risk. Do your research, take your time. Don't get with the hype, Don't buy into the false narratives that are being thrown out there. Make your own decision. Make your own decision. And just know that it's not a fairy tale. It's not what the media in the West portrays it to be. Because where I am, we have skyscraper. I mean, everywhere you're turning, everyone's driving a Beamer and a Benz, and people have money, guys. So, there it is. I'm done. You have to tune in for the next rant. This rant is over.